Well, the theme is "It Ain't Easy Being Green," and it's a modified takeoff of Jim Henson's amazing work with the puppets and the Muppets and the Sesame Street and all of his characters. And of course, he's had a show at the Museum of Art that we're sort of playing off of that show. And he had a song called "It's Not Easy Being Green," and it has been recorded by everybody from Ray Charles to Van Morrison and Gladys Knight and a whole bunch of other people. But it's a song about being different, and I mean, so the theme is about Henson, who's a native of Leland, Mississippi. It's about his great work in arts education and teaching through public television. It's about his characters, and this particular character, Kermit the Frog, is the one we're really focused in, and we have this giant inflatable Kermit the Frog who's going to be our Grand Marshal, and Jim Henson's theme of "It Ain't Easy Being Green," which is sort of a southern way of saying it's not easy being green. Because it is based loosely on the tradition of St. Patrick's and St. Paddy's Day, I mean, there is the drinking of the ale and the drinking of the beer and and the toasting and the sort of celebrating the rites of spring. And so that does go on, but that is hardly the most important thing that's happening that day. I mean, it's not even second or third or fourth. If you think about a pet parade and a children's parade and an athletic event, and there's just something for everyone, and it's free. One does not have to pay to participate. One doesn't have to pay to come and enjoy this. You don't have to be a member of a club. You don't have to be a member of a crew. You don't have to be a member of any sort of group. It's totally open to the public. And it has that feeling. I mean, there's sort of something for everyone, and there's all sorts of things that you see, very creative things, the way people build these floats and the costumes, and it's a lot like a circus, and it's a lot like Mardi Gras, and it's a lot like a music festival. There's live music everywhere on floats and set up on the street corners and down at the street dance. So, we're celebrating art, we're celebrating culture, we're celebrating creativity. And we're sort of saying, hey, this is Jackson's lighter side. We're just out here having fun and celebrating the coming of spring. And it just so happens that it's loosely based on the old St. Patrick's or St. Paddy's Day celebration. So the route is State Street, Capitol Street, Lamar Street, and Court Street. And it's a gigantic square. It's about 2.5 miles long. The route sort of takes in the old Capitol. It takes in Capitol Street, the governor's mansion, where the Buckethead judges are always set up. It also, starting last year, it takes in Lamar Street, which has the new Pinnacle building, the Lamar restaurant, the planetarium, and more importantly, the convention center and the Museum of Art, where our Trustmark Children's Festival and Parade go on. So it's a little bit larger than we've had over the past couple of years, but it really now has three or four distinct sort of geographies. One is the sort of State Street by Howland Miles and Martin's and all of the bars and restaurants up on this end of town. And then it kind of goes to the old Capitol and down historic Capitol Street past the governor's mansion. And then on Lamar Street we take in, the new sort of developments and the redevelopment of downtown, where you see the King Edward and you see the planetarium and the convention center and the Museum of Art. And that's where our Trustmark Children's activities are. And then back up Court Street, which Court Street's the quietest of all the streets these days, but it's where you see more and more families. We typically see a lot more children, smaller kids on Court Street. So it's really, it's got four personalities for each of the four streets that we parade on. The thing about the Children's Hospital, about Larry Batson, about UMC, is that it's the People's Hospital. Just like the Mount St. Paddy's Parade is the People's Parade, that's the People's Hospital. And, so that's a good partnership. It's good to know that the good work that they do is helping people who ordinarily couldn't help themselves. So I'm proud of that. That feels good to me. I think it feels good to the people who throw $1 in the basket. I think it feels good to the sponsors who give the larger donations. I think it feels good to everybody who attends, that they're not only having fun, but they're participating in a fundraiser for an incredibly important cause, which is the Larry Batson Hospital for Children. Capital City Beverage is a great sponsor for us. Trustmark National Bank, the Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bancorp South, the Clarion Ledger, Pyron Insurance Group. These are people who've written checks, who give money, who help pay for this enormous free festival. And then there are many in-kind sponsors of the media, the radio stations, and other cable companies. They pitch in, they help us spread the word. And so we have lots of, sort of paying sponsors, and we have a whole bunch of non-paying sponsors. But together, the whole thing really is a community-wide effort of a lot of people kind of rolling up their sleeves and volunteering. I mean, if you think about the number of volunteers that are out there, between the people collecting money, the people, taking up the cover charge, the people lining up the parade. I mean, there's a handful of people getting paid, but there are an awful lot of just volunteers, and this whole spirit of volunteerism, and giving back is in full bloom that day. So it's a great day to celebrate everything positive about Metro Jackson and Mississippi. And I mean, you start with Jim Henson, who's one of our most famous, native sons, and you think about the work that he did, sense of place, sense of humor, taking characters of animals in a swamp in Leland and making them into these characters that have taught more people to read and write probably than any other known institution in our country. So you start with that and that theme. You have a sense of humor about you. You think about fun stuff, and then you end up, helping children at the hospital. So I mean, my God, what's not to like about that?